Welcome to our channel. Today, we're journeying to the heart of the South Pacific to explore the rich and captivating history of Tonga, the Friendly Islands. It's a story of powerful ancient empires, shrewd leaders who navigated the treacherous waters of colonialism, and a nation that stands today as the only remaining monarchy in Polynesia. This is the tale of a small island kingdom with a history far larger than its size. Our story begins thousands of years ago, around 1500 BCE, with the arrival of the Lapita people. These master seafarers, famed for their distinctive pottery, sailed across the vast Pacific in outrigger canoes, settling islands that had never known human footsteps. Tonga was one of their first stops, making it one of the earliest inhabited places in all of Polynesia. By about 900 CE, the descendants of the Lapita had forged a unique Polynesian culture. The Tongans became legendary navigators, reading the stars, the currents, and the flight of birds to connect a vast ocean world. Their islands became a bustling hub for trade and cultural exchange, linking them with Samoa, Fiji, and other distant archipelagos. It was during this era, around the 10th century, that one of Polynesia's first great states emerged: the Tui Tonga Empire. Led by a line of sacred kings, the Tui Tonga dynasty built a centralized and powerful political system. At its peak, between the 12th and 15th centuries, the empire's influence stretched across the ocean, reaching Samoa, Fiji, Niue, and even as far as Tikopia and Uvea. Tongan society was highly organized. At the very top was the Tui Tonga, a king considered semi-divine, whose spiritual authority was absolute. Below him were the nobles and chiefs, and then the commoners. This rigid structure was reinforced through elaborate ceremonies and the construction of monumental stone tombs called langji, which still stand today as a testament to the empire's power and engineering prowess. For centuries, Tonga was the dominant maritime power in the Pacific, a true seafaring empire. But all empires face change. By the 15th century, internal conflicts began to weaken the sacred Tui Tonga line. A new dynasty, the Tui Kanokupolu, rose to prominence. Unlike their predecessors who focused on religious authority, the Tui Kanokupolu were pragmatic leaders, skilled in governance and strategic alliances. This shift from a sacred to a more political monarchy was crucial. It built a resilience into Tongan society that would prove vital in the turbulent centuries ahead, especially as strange new sails appeared on the horizon. In 1643, the Dutch explorer Abel Tasman became the first European to make recorded contact with Tonga. But it was Captain James Cook, arriving in the 1770s, who truly put the islands on European maps. Struck by the warm welcome he received, Cook famously named them the Friendly Islands. Though behind the smiles, some chiefs were reportedly plotting to attack his crew, a reminder that Tongans were always strategic thinkers. European contact was a double-edged sword. New technologies like firearms and iron tools were eagerly adopted, but new diseases also arrived, devastating the local population. Yet, unlike so many of its neighbors, Tonga remained firmly in control of its own destiny, skillfully managing these new relationships without falling under foreign rule. The 19th century brought immense turmoil. Rival chiefs battled for supremacy, and the islands were fractured by civil war. From this chaos, a truly remarkable leader emerged, Taufa Ahau. He would later be known as King George Tupou I, the unifier of modern Tonga. A pivotal moment came in 1831 when Taufa Ahau converted to Christianity under the influence of Methodist missionaries. He didn't just adopt the new faith, he used its unifying message as a powerful political tool. Through a brilliant combination of warfare, diplomacy, and his newfound Christian authority, he systematically brought rival chiefs under his control, uniting the Tongan Islands into a single kingdom for the first time. King George Tupou I was a true visionary. In 1862, he issued the Emancipation Edict, a revolutionary decree that freed all commoners from their forced servitude to the chiefs. Then, in 1875, he introduced a written constitution, establishing a parliamentary system and transforming Tonga into one of the Pacific's first constitutional monarchies. He laid the foundation for a modern nation while preserving its core identity. As the 19th century drew to a close, the scramble for the Pacific was in full swing. Britain, Germany, and France were all vying for control of the region. King George Tupou I and his successors knew they had to play the game wisely to avoid being colonized. In 1900, Tonga signed a treaty of friendship with Great Britain. This clever move made Tonga a British-protected state, but critically, not a colony. Britain would handle its foreign affairs, but Tonga retained its king, its government, and its internal sovereignty. This unique status set Tonga apart from nearly every other Pacific nation. Following World War II, a wave of decolonization swept the globe. Tonga began to steadily reclaim full control. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, the kingdom modernized its institutions while carefully preserving its traditions. Finally, on June 4, 1970, Tonga officially ended its protectorate status, becoming a fully independent nation and joining the Commonwealth. The monarchy remained at the heart of Tongan life, a symbol of continuity and strength. In more recent times, the winds of change have continued to blow. Towards the end of the 20th century, calls for greater democracy grew louder. While the monarchy was still deeply respected, many Tongans wanted a more representative government. These tensions culminated in 2006, when pro-democracy protests in the capital, Nuku'alofa, turned into riots, sending a powerful message that change was needed. In response, significant reforms were introduced in 2010. For the first time in history, Tongan citizens could directly elect the majority of their parliamentary representatives. Today, the King of Tonga still holds significant influence, but the nation has found a unique balance between its ancient traditions of monarchical authority and the principles of modern democracy. Through all these centuries of epic change, Tonga has held fast to its vibrant cultural identity. The elegant movements of the Laka Laka dance, the intricate art of tapa cloth making, and a profound respect for family and monarchy remain central to everyday life. Christianity is also deeply woven into the social fabric, coexisting with ancient traditions. The history of Tonga is an extraordinary saga of resilience, adaptation, and immense pride. From the fearless Lapita navigators who first settled these shores, to the mighty Tui Tonga Empire that ruled the waves, from the visionary King George Tupou II who unified a nation, to the modern kingdom that charts its own course, Tonga stands tall as a powerful symbol of Pacific strength and endurance, a nation that never lost its sovereignty. Thank you so much for joining us on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. We'll see you in the next video.